it is laughable for people to think that they can decide who you can be. And since every problem has a solution, find the things you don't like about yourself or your life and create a plan to transform them by practicing and working consistently to align yourself with the image and self-concept that only you get to decide on. Your value is not determined by others. Before you can be a value to anyone else, you must first value yourself. You decide in every moment your value based on how you see yourself, your choices, and your habits. When you allow others to determine your value, you rob yourself of your own greatness and authentic expression. To maintain a high level of self-value, remember these 5 tips. But before I start, I'm your host, Shayla Ma'at. I'm a mom, a homeschooler, and a transformation coach. If you have a vision and you want to transform and break past your limits, I invite you to subscribe and check out the description box where you'll find my freebies, a link to my Facebook private group, as well as my ebooks, coaching programs, and more. Number 1, create standards for yourself. The best way to do this is through self-care and self-love. Because once you start treating yourself with high regard and care, it will be easy to require it from others. And spot scammers that come to rob you of your shine by attempting to devalue your self-concept. Number 2, create a self-concept. Don't skip this step. This is going to give you the reference point that you need for the next tip. But let's talk about this first, your image. You already know you're great because you have VIP access to you. There's no one closer to you than you. You know your capabilities, your superpowers, and everything. So tap into that and really create the self-image you desire and let no one change your mind about it. Number 3, consider the things you don't like about yourself and come to peace with them. Realize that you can change anything you don't like, and it's no one else's business to speak on your status or decide your limits. When a person tries to limit you, I want you to laugh them off the planet, because it is laughable for people to think that they can decide who you can be. And since every problem has a solution, find the things you don't like about yourself or your life and create a plan to transform them by practicing and working consistently to align yourself with the image and self-concept that only you get to decide on. Once you get an image in your head of who you are and who you are becoming based on the things you want to work on, then just stay loyal to that image. That is your self-concept. And when people start trying to put you in a box, you should use that very gesture as a prompt to refocus on your self-concept. Number 2, tunnel vision. You have to be willing to utterly ignore and reject any idea outside of your vision of yourself. You already decided who you are, and no one gets access to your mind and your decisions to devalue you. Be stubborn and be relentless. No one gets to decide for you who you want to be. You have the right to decide and become whoever you want. And number 5, keep a light and clean heart. A toxic person can have a clean profile, but if his heart is not clean, is he truly happy? In life, you may not always be happy, but you should be able to enjoy the experience while you're alive. A part of obtaining that level of bliss has to do with the conditions of the heart. If you have unresolved matters in your heart, it will affect your experience. You can make it appear that you're fine, but the energy you produce will be contaminated with the manifestations of an unclean heart. It could come out in your finances, your health, or your relationships. Having a light heart is to tap into a frequency of joy and authenticity. If you know you have things weighing on your heart, watch the next video on how to maintain a clean heart, and I'll see you there.